Hey, we don't know, madam. I decided to do my own in the dark for some reasons, but not that bad though. The advent of the phone, my name is Ozie Ejiofor. The advent of the phone has really gone haywire down here in Nigeria to the point that young people do not even know where to bring out their phones and where not to. As much as a senior person deserves respect, the same way a younger person or equally deserves respect. Now, because the advent of these social media platforms have just naturally created jobs for very lazy people, it moved from being lazy to being very hardworking at some point, because content is a very serious business done by very serious-minded people. I don't know how you see it. But the young people do not even know where to bring out their phones and where not to. Now let's bring up the scenario of the young girl who beat up, who had an issue with the lecturer. Amaheku, onya na ebuta amahasa. That's an Igbo adage. The girl didn't just bite the lecturer because maybe she's mad. Something prompted that. But I don't even know if anybody is even tilting towards that direction. Maybe because a lecturer or lecturing in its sense is an honorable profession. So nobody is looking at the characterization that prompted the real action, actually. But here it is for me. You don't even need to touch someone to pass an information. For me, you don't need to, touch someone to make a point. As a senior lecturer in a university, some people do not even know whom a lecturer is. A lot of people are going to school as older people. So they don't even know who is a student and who is a lecturer, who is doing part-time and the rest of it. So everything could have happened at the same time. And then some have used the social media as their sources of livelihood to support themselves in one way or the other. So everything actually is content for them. That lecturer touching the girl may just be it. There are people who have zero temperament, zero tolerance. He could just say, "Excuse me, young lady, here is an aisle where we go to the, or excuse me, please take this somewhere else." He could say that for me. "Excuse me, young lady, can you take this out of here? Thank you." He could pass. She will take that away from there. "Excuse me, young lady, do you understand you're near an office? Please, can you move somewhere else?" Without necessarily touching. And not just touching, maybe probably a little push. Because that would have also prompted that look from the girl. I don't know the girl, I've never seen the girl, but I'm just thinking aloud. What would have? Then the counter display from the lecturer is also, for me, not it. Maybe from what he did to her, to maybe the way she looked at him, or the retaliatory statement that made him return back and requesting for her phone to the point of deleting the content as a must or as a yardstick for, I saw that as bullying. It wasn't called for. It wasn't totally called for. There are some actions that when we take, it will create credence to bad rubbish. There are some people that you will give attention to. It will be giving attention to bad rubbish. You know, the environment there is not for TikTok, but you cannot even specify what could blow anyone. That's the truth. That's why anything you can grab, you just put it. It grows your page. Anything you can see, you can grab, you just put it, it can grow your page. Some have relied on the social media as their next source of livelihood, whether it pays them big or not. It didn't get to that point of requesting for collecting her phone and making her or mandating her to delete what she was doing. Maybe because he felt his face flashed on the video. It was totally irrelevant for me. Totally irrelevant. So guys, in essence, learn how, when and how, and when to draw the line. When you see people trying to attract some sort of attention, especially if they are not worth it. Don't give attention to things that are not worth your time. If it were a lecturer and a lecturer that quarreled, it would have made a lot of sense. Then we will begin to ask, what's up? But right now that it's a lecturer and a student, everybody is going to be on the side of the lecturer, be that as it may. Whether it was the student who is at fault or whether it's the lecturer who is at fault. Trust me, you don't need to touch to pass a message. I've seen people slap people inside the market for dragging their dresses to come and buy something. I've seen it in Obwete. There are people who do not like such. They don't like it. Me, I hate being stepped on. Please tear my clothes, but don't match me. I don't like it. That's me. Even as little as my son is, he doesn't match me. He knows I don't like it. I don't step my feet on the floor, on the bare floor. Every of my area has slippers. So I don't like people matching me. So that's what it is, guys. Do not give credence to people who do not deserve your attention. For some reason, I don't know why I'm saying this, or for some reason, you may not like the aftermath of what it will result to. You may not like it. To the point of dragging phone, to the point of trying to delete what's in someone's phone, to the point of she biting you. Which kind of rubbish be that? It was totally not called for. It's totally avoidable. Like, totally avoidable. Or what I had a lecturer at that way. No, it was really avoidable. And then the young people of these days, they even lack fear. They lack fear a lot. They don't care. They don't even know whom is their elder. I don't know if she's in that faculty, but for her to be in that arena at that place, she must be from that faculty. So the man is not entirely new to her, apparently. Except she came to see someone. I don't know. I'm just thinking aloud. You know? But seeing that lecturer when he was coming, though she was carried away, I'm very sure. Because he had happened to Madiala. She was really carried away, having not seen him come. If she had seen him, she would have respectfully maybe give way or pick up her phone and exit that place. But I'm sure she was totally carried away until she got that tap, excuse me. So my lecturer, sorry, no to vex. I beg. No vex. At all, no vex. I beg. For the young girl, you must be very careful. Very, very careful. You must be very careful. You must work on your temper as well. As a girl. Not because I'm saying that the lecturer is entirely not faulty. Like I said, those things that happened were avoidable. He didn't need to tap. A statement from a lecturer is a command, a direct command. It's not an implied command. Hey, stand up. Direct command in a class. Answer the question. Direct command. Sit down. Direct command. There's never a please from a lecturer. Hardly will you get one. Do your assignment. Direct command. Submit your assignment. Direct command. That's a professional course. It's seriously for professional people. So, expecting a please, can you step off the way, is a no from a lecturer. He will say, please, just get out of this place. Or, take this thing out of this place. It's usually a direct statement from a lecturer. So, I want all students to be aware of these particular statements from lecturers. It's very important. Because it's not even a joke. But that lecturer requesting to delete what's on someone's phone, I mean, they are adults, for goodness sake. You won't do that to your daughter. Hardly will you. And maybe your daughter or son may not even do TikTok in an aisle of an office or a department. But what do you expect when someone is maybe using that as a source of livelihood? They can just grab their things once in a while, anywhere they want. She believed she was doing her thing, but in a very wrong location. And maybe at a very wrong timing. And parents, we must also watch it all. I did this in the morning. You train your child, then the society help you finish up. It's the truth. You finish training your child, the society quickly helps you finish them up. And you'll be surprised. Some people were very concerned about the look on that girl's face. And it really calls for serious concern. Because she looked at the lecturer like, who is this man? Like she didn't know he was her lecturer. Maybe not her lecturer, I don't know if she's not in that department. But that look wasn't even necessary. Maybe the tap was a little harsh. For me, that's what I think. I think the tap on her maybe was a little harsh. She wasn't expecting it, and it was a little distraction for her, even though she was doing a wrong thing there. But it was still avoidable. It was totally avoidable. Don't go for people's phone when it's not yours. Don't request. Don't try to delete. It's only the police officers that do that thing. Or maybe some agencies who do corrupt practices. Those are the people who do wrong things to that magnitude. Trying to collect people's phone and deleting something from people's phone. And trying to make people delete something on Durex. It's only the law enforcement agencies that do that. It's not individuals who are honorable individuals. A lecturer is an honorable man. He shouldn't be demanding for somebody's phone, an adult's phone, to delete content. And when he hear basariania, No, that's bullying for me. If somebody did it to anybody else, he will know what it means. It was a bit far. He went a bit far. I don't know what she said in return, but it was totally avoidable. So, umuchi nkeketa, anyasano, young people, you all need to be guarded, be guided too. Jidenu just to wanna chain. Respect yourselves big time. There are some mad-ass lecturers that will happen to in that school, and that girl would have been dead by now, because most of them are equally cultists. I hope you all know that. Yes. There are some lecturers that would have happened with, and by now it's another story for another court case and Nga case and the rest of it. Though I don't know how the lecturers over there are wired in a suit. In my department, most lecturers in my department are jolly good fellows. If it were people like Professor Nebo and he sees such girl doing TikTok on an aisle, he'll say, "Onyekwe, can you please?" Jokingly, you just carry your nonsense and get out of there. But you know, people are different. And everybody is saying something nice about the lecturer. That's another intriguing thing that will make her own side of the story look a little shabby. Whether she's even right or wrong, because the lecturer is an honorable lecturer that is known in that school, nobody will even want to listen to her own side of the story. The lecturer's own supersedes her own for obvious reasons. So that he's a very quiet lecturer, cool, calm, and everything. Those are the people whose temperament is really on another level. So I am scared of people like that. They're very gentle, quiet, not talking, very decent, kind, calm. You know, their anger is on another level. So I'm not envying such people. I'm telling you. But for whatsoever reason, a student must be that humble in that school environment. In Aziebun, if you want to turn to a lion, you can turn to a lion and quarrel your father and mother, no problem. But once you're in the school environment, you must abide by the rules, regulations, law, and bylaws of that school, especially the no fighting strategy. So now, maybe by tomorrow or next, we'll be hearing another story. Either suspension, expulsion, or something other than that. I don't know. But we solicit with the senior lecturer to please tamper mercy and justice together on the girl. Let it be. Let it go. Sorry. Let it be. Just let it be. If for some reason she needs to pay for your medication after the bite, give it to her. Let her pay. Or for your funeral as her punishment. But let her be. But please, just devise a little more means of, you know, handling things nicely sometimes. I'm not saying you didn't handle it nicely, but it was a little overboard. The collection of the phone wasn't totally necessary. The asking her to delete wasn't also necessary. But sending her out of that place was necessary. Telling her straight up, get out of here, was the real thing. But please, sorry on her behalf. I'm doing my video in the dark. I don't know. For some reason, I feel it's deliberate. Welo numu malum. Do namade zokwezo, but welo numu malum. I don't like chipping in my mouth into everything, and that is part of the reasons I'm doing mine in the dark. I don't like stories that are saturated. But I feel, especially the words that she said that made you return back to her. But sorry, in all honesty, calm down. Sorry, please, sir. Thank you. So, on the by, like I'm saying, as you're training your child, please, the society will be training them for you afterwards. So you must expect everything. And sometimes when they tell parents what their children do outside, they sometimes don't agree. Surprisingly. When they tell some of the parents what their children do, they really sometimes don't agree that their children do that. I'm telling you, if you vouch for any child, you may die for nothing. You may just die for nothing. These children, these Gen Z children are terrible, in all honesty. They don't care. They are terrible outside the home, especially. So you're thinking that you have a holy wedge where he can Maria Gracia and do the holy rosary every morning. Outside, he's a wolf in sheep clothing. Same with the females. They are wolves in sheep clothing. Massive ndara. So don't try to even hold like you're vouching for them that they can't do this and they can't do that. Even majideng mama anu ana maizi ezemono nora. Very seriously. So parenting has to be all hands on deck. Father, mother, umunne umunna. It's time obodo na ayasa zi ayasa. Everything is spoiling. Everybody needs to look at these children very critically and tipu my God, we're not in America. Anyone who does any nonsense should be beaten squarely and with adequate punishment that is commensurate with the act. I'm serious. That way, people will understand that there should be a disposition from what you represent from the inside when people meet you outside. But parents are so busy. How they got to do herself? They are so busy. Once the children are 18 and gone to the university, they feel the children are grown. Today I was quarreling Dejima today. I was quarreling them because they no longer think that they need to sweep the house. They no longer think that the window is dirty. They no longer think that they need to clean the louvers. They no longer think that they need to wash the curtains. I was just looking at them. They no longer think that they need to off the fan and clean the fan. I called them this evening and I said, you know what? Quickly. Because I don't understand. Everything that you need to do, I need to remind you. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable at all. The institution also, Ndonuku, because when making reference to some rude girl in Nigeria who beat up her lecturer, they will make reference to her school. It's also another eyesore or ear sore. What do I even call it? They make reference to her school. You don't know that girl that is in Unidis or Unidat that bite her lecturer in so that year. If you can't remember the year, you say that year. It was school now to her job. The same thing with Chidema's cucumber. Once they remember Chidema and cucumber, They remember the school. You don't know that girl that reigned that time in Soso University. So the university also is in a serious trauma as well. But we apologize. For real, for real. We apologize. On her behalf. Please. Parents, wakey wakey, Anya-san, it's 3:18 a.m. I haven't slept. Mana atogari uche na day 1 or 2. When they go to school, then I sleep my sleep. Guys, everything is not for granted. There are characters that when you hear that your children exhibit outside, and when they come back, you welcome them. You welcome them squarely. When they go back, they will never repeat it again. Believe me. Never will they repeat it again. But please, don't push children to the wall and expect them to shove it. Even though respect Bokwaresimoka. So it's also a good eye-opener for people not to take anything for granted. That thing that girl was doing that time could have been anybody, actually. Anybody. So when you see people, imago, crested in a particular thing that they are doing, that doesn't need actually distraction, they should go and get a comfortable place to do it so that they don't get distracted. And you, equally, knowing the kind of things that they do as a parent, you say, go to the other side. Go to the other side. It's very important. You cannot carry your phone and do TikTok and then go and block a road and nobody can pass. And when they say, excuse me, then you begin to retaliate. Though it's your action that prompted the lecturer's own action. But whatever it is, it was really avoidable. And I end it at that note. It was totally avoidable. Because he was there, everybody. He was there, everybody. I hope this one, I don't know, for some reason my face is not seen. My voice is heard. And Okalomumma Otwa. Chedozie, thank you for writing. I saw this video in Scotland, and so did so many other people around the world. You know that girl is a young, unmarried person trying to build a career. Do you also know that some profession needs character reference? Don't forget it's already in the internet and it's investigated by an institution. How do you manage that? No so TikTok here. You know, TikTok one day will end. If not, I don't move to another one. If you know what I mean. So, but the truth is, nobody will want to listen to her own part of the story because on your noka. First, if you don't have respect because he's a lecturer, you should at least have respect because he's your elder brother. That's the truth. It shows no Chigweze Onyagwanam to the point that she totally forgot she was outside. So apparently in the house, the parent cannot even talk to her. Neither can her senior brother or the juniors ever talk to her. That's what it means. Then in the I'll need to on the light so that you will understand what I'm saying. The people who have eyes, big eyes, bulgy eyes, like myself, who know how to run madanya, one day akopoganya. On a good day, ora jopoganya. You think you can eye everybody and you think it's okay. In your seno noka, motake esi aro anya. even though it's avoidable, show some respect. Obugodu for just a senior brother, not a lecturer. Forget the lecturing part. He can talk to you as a senior brother. Or he's not worthy of being a boyfriend. And have a good night rest, people. My name is Ozie Joffa. Peace out. Please share, like, comment. It's important. Good night, guys.